Hello, viewers, and welcome to the Just Enough Trope News Hour. I'm your host, Caliban, joined as always by my co-host.
Hi, I'm Mikan Hana.
And we're here. Whoa!
Was that too loud?
That was very exuberant.
I was told I needed to project.
We're here to bring, not to the next county, though. We're here to bring you all the news that's fit to cast in the world of nerdy entertainment every Sunday night on Twitch at 6 p.m. Central. A little late, but always on time. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Cal?
I'm good. A little bit harried.
Uh-huh.
Not like one met Sally, but Harried.
Yeah, right.
Just what we do. Sunday's always a big night for us.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I'm pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good also. Yeah, also a little harried. But
you should be sallied.
I should.
That is where it would be.
I should.
Yeah.
I should be sallied. Maybe I'm a little sallied.
We should all be sallied.
Yeah, okay.
I'll have what she's having.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, we're here to talk about stories from the world of pop culture. What is it about the news that's so newsy? That's so interesting. Because honestly, we don't have to do the news.
No. But
the fact that we have a phrase like "do the news" means that we've been doing the news.
We have been doing the news.
That's always been a core part of the programming.
It has. I mean, at least for us. And I think people just like hearing about current events. And
I do.
Yeah.
Some people maybe don't.
Well, then maybe the show isn't for them.
you get
out. Yeah, right.
Yeah, possibly. I just always like knowing what's going on.
I like what's going on in the nerdy world as well.
And it's two things have happened thanks to the internet. Two things. And it's good. The internet has democratized that to a high degree. Mm-hmm. When I was younger and there was, only a nascent internet and it wasn't, the hellscape that it is now.
Right.
One of the things that we would do at comic shops, at places of nerd congregation is talk about stuff. You heard about they're going to do do you think they're going to, so-and-so's going to be in the thing? We talk about movies, talk about TV shows.
Right, comics.
And a lot of it, yeah. And a lot of it is like, I read Fangoria magazine or, whatever the specific outlet that you're reading is, whoever they talk to, whether it's true or not.
Entertainment Weekly. I used to get that.
Yeah.
A lot.
I'm trying to remember the exact time that I realized that Entertainment Weekly was not important at all. Hi, the Sniper. The Sniper 1900 has followed and joined us. Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, thank you.
We're talking about when Entertainment Weekly became, at least for me, in my mind, absolutely worthless. And it was probably when they added the theater reviews. Just kidding. No, it was probably like when the internet became a thing.
Yeah.
So number one, democratized it for everybody. Number two, there's so much noise. Where's the signal?
Yeah, right.
And now you have to find your specific avenue, your specific lane of the thing that you want to hear and hear about.
Right.
And so that's what we're trying to do. You know, we talk about nerdy comic books and TV shows, movies, you know, you get the drill, but we're trying to give you the information that you might want about that stuff so you can appreciate it more, so you can know what to expect, you know, to give the news. We do the news.
We do the news. Yeah. Yes. And we
do it good.
Yeah. And we try to keep out the noise as best as we can. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No noise, all signal.
Yeah, that's right.
The Just Enough Trope News Show. We've got people in the chat saying we've got great voices. Oh, great. Both literal and figurative.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And we keep it fun and light. And hi, Sniper. We're good. We just got done talking about why we do this.
Yes.
And how we feel a little frazzled at the end of this week, but we always like coming to talk about the news at this point. Unfortunately, we like to start the news with the bad news.
Always.
And this week's bad news is in a blow to a lot of millennials and possibly Zoomers everywhere.
Right.
Aaron Carter has passed away at the age of 34.
I think this is really sad because he was so young. And I think that, like a lot of child stars and people who were famous at a very young age, which he was, he had a very troubled life. And like, you know, as he got older, you know, had a lot of troubling things happen. I think I read recently that his brother, Aaron, like had a restraining order against him.
Oh boy.
Like, cause I guess, or his brother, Nick, excuse me.
Nick Carter.
Of the Backstreet Boys, because I guess Aaron had threatened to kill his wife, who was then pregnant.
Oh, okay. I don't know anything about this.
Yeah. So, I mean, very troubling. I don't know exactly what was going on with him, but, you know, he was very musical for a while there and like stuff. And like, I think he just was thrown in the spotlight too because his brother was in the spotlight. But it's just, it's 34 is way too young to, you know.
Yeah, and there's no mystery to the idea that, you know, they say the business chews you up and spits you out.
Yeah.
And even people with success stories have talked about something that Will Wheaton, speaking of geeks and geek stuff, has talked about a lot, is that, you know, it was tough for him coming up and being a child actor. And, you know, he had problems with his parents because his parents kind of saw him as a commodity sometimes and not as a kid. And so it's difficult to sometimes to make it, you know, in the business of show. And it claims some people, and unfortunately it claimed him.
Yeah, I know. And I think for Will Wheaton too, like, I think a lot of people didn't like his character, so that certainly doesn't help, even though you're dealing with other stuff.
You're making money like hand over fist, you know, for a number 7 on a syndicated show.
Right.
But then also, like, everybody hates you, so it's like, well, which is it?
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I think that the industry definitely chewed up and spit out Aaron, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Let's
let's talk. Let's go from talking about real deaths to figurative deaths.
Okay. Not sure where this is going.
The figurative death in this case is the death of a lot of the properties or entertainment properties at Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, Warner Brothers, as we know, has been on a tear. There's an article in The Verge recently that talked about what CEO of Warner, David Zaslav, is really doing here. Recently, there was a third quarter earnings call in which he talked about the fact that this is all part of the plan. Okay. And so we are getting rid of some of these popular series. We are getting rid of, I think specifically, the Winchesters, which is the spinoff of Supernatural.
Yes.
And the Walker Texas Ranger spinoff have received no back orders, that is extra orders, on their first seasons.
Okay.
And no decision on whether they go forward in a second season.
Ooh.
As part of this, got to tighten that belt up. Get it tightened.
That's not good. And isn't what's his name from Supernatural? Isn't he like the lead on Walker Texas Ranger, the reboot?
He
Sam?
is no, yeah. Jared Padalecki.
Yeah, I was going to say I can't remember his real name.
And I can't remember. I don't think that he's involved with the spinoff. I don't know anything about the spinoff, but like Yellowstone is very popular right now.
Yeah, right.
And so. Yellowstone has its own, 19th century spinoff, and so this is like the Walker Texas Ranger spinoff.
Okay. So, okay. All right.
Not great.
No, and it's you kind of wonder like when like a CEO is kind of like tap dancing and being like, oh yeah, this is all part of the plan. It's like, is it? Like, or are you just trying to reassure us that, like, Warner Brothers isn't, like, throwing everything out with the kitchen
They're
sinks?
not throwing everything out.
Okay.
He went on to say
boy.
This call that he wants to focus on franchises in the future.
Okay.
Specifically, their Batman, Superman, and Harry Potter franchises. He said that we haven't had a Superman movie in 13 years. We haven't done a Harry Potter movie in 15 years. Does he know what Fantastic Beasts
I was going to say,
is?
Yeah, do we not count those?
Yeah, and so also, does he know what Man of Steel is and Batman versus Superman?
Right.
He also said that he wants to quote do something with J.K. Rowling on a Harry Potter project because these brands are understood and loved all over the world.
Does he not know that J.K. Rowling is a problematic figure
these
days?
Hot right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I would like
not in the good way.
I think I would step away from that a little bit if I were him. I understand Harry Potter is still beloved and a lot of fans still love Harry Potter, and like, look, if a kid likes Harry Potter, I'm not going to give them a hard time because they like Harry Potter because the creator is problematic. Yeah. I personally choose
this kid's not like, what am I going to spend my hard-earned money on? This is his cash. This is his cash. Maybe he's having a little treat. I don't know what this is. Forget the space work. He's just buying things that his parents are getting him because all the other kids have.
Right.
He can't make a decision about the creators that he's supporting.
Right.
He's not like, what kind of trash does Oscar really live in? Are they recyclables?
Yeah, right.
Is Oscar composting this trash? I don't think so.
Disappointed in you, Oscar the Grouch.
So it seems like this is our real problem. It happens no matter how you feel about these people. I'm going to name some people.
Yep.
Elon Musk.
Ugh.
Kanye West.
Oh my gosh.
Any political figure you may admire. How about the big guy himself, Donald Trump?
Uh-huh.
We think we're like, what kind of multi-dimensional chess are they playing? And I think more often than not, they're not playing any game of chess. People are like, what's Zaslav's plan? This guy knows what he's doing. This guy might have been running like a very successful toilet factory 6 months ago. Now he's doing this. Mm-hmm. He reminds me of Jack from 30 Rock, who literally was just a business guy that sells washing machines, and he's trying to apply that washing machine microwave sense to entertainment.
Right.
He's literally just going, cancel Westworld, one of the most famous shows on TV now.
Yes.
Cancel all this stuff. Let's do a Batman. Let's do a Superman. Like, come on, let's just do that.
Yeah,
like he doesn't. There isn't like nuance to his decision making. He's just like, Bugs Bunny. I'm surprised he hasn't mentioned Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, I am too.
Although I think the Space Jam 2 numbers weren't quite as big as he wanted them to be.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't like new Superman movies already in the works? Like Henry Cavill is like talking about coming back as Superman.
Yeah, he is, as far as I know. I hit the wrong button. He is back.
Yeah.
But this is all part of, like, this call was after that. So I'm sure they called up Henry Cavill and said, you good? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then they're like, okay, yeah, we're going to do Superman.
Okay.
There's no plan. They don't know what they're going to do with Superman, but they're going to do something with it.
Right. And he's going to be happier. That's all I've heard.
Well, do you want to talk about The Witcher? I feel like
I mean,
I've said everything I know what to say about The Witcher, just playing The Witcher on the stream. I don't know anything about The Witcher TV show or anything like that.
No,
so,
I watched one episode and it just wasn't for me.
Yeah. But people or at least people have pretended to like it for a while.
Yeah. And
now people are not pretending to like it anymore.
Well, but there is like I saw there's a petition out to make sure that Henry Cavill doesn't leave, and it's like, okay, I know petitions work sometimes, but I think like the actor's already made up his mind.
Well, if there's any company that's shown that they will respond to petitions, it's Warner Brothers, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. So I don't know.
Release the
Snyder Cut. I guess it's worth a shot.
Release the
right?
Cavill cut.
Yeah, right.
Don't cut Cavill.
Don't cut Cavill. Yeah.
In the chat, somebody's talking about Mel Blanc. Yeah, Mel Blanc hasn't been available for a while. I haven't heard. There's a couple different guys who have done Bugs and some of the other voices.
Yeah.
So I don't have an opinion. Usually when I hear, you know who gets me? Kermit does not convince me.
Oh,
I feel like I can do a better Kermit
the
than whoever's doing Kermit now.
Yeah, okay.
But that happens.
Yeah.
Especially when you have these characters who will survive for hundreds of years because they're not living people. So
yeah, right.
Nobody says that's not Mickey. That's not Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, right. That's not Mickey to me. No, nobody says that.
Maybe they should. Who knows? Let's talk another story, maybe an uplifting story, and that is that the Russo brothers have a new movie. Ke Huy Quan, that is the actor who recently was in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay.
Played Short Round back in the day.
Yes.
Anthony Mackie, we all know Anthony Mackie.
Yes.
And Giancarlo Esposito are joining their new film, The Electric State.
Okay. I am intrigued. I'm interested in the cast. So.
Well, how about Billy Bob Thornton?
Okay. I don't have strong feelings, but sure.
How about Millie Bobby Brown? Billy Bob Thornton, Millie Bobby Brown. Billy Bob Thornton, Billy Bobby Brown.
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And how about the whole thing's on Netflix?
Well, you're
nothing you do about that.
You're gonna hate that right away.
There's nothing you do about
that. I would give it a chance still.
Here is a summary or a synopsis. It's based on a graphic novel from Swedish artist Simon Stalenhag.
Okay.
It follows an orphan teenager traveling across a desolate 1990s United States to find her brother following a civil war between humans and the robots that once served them.
Oh, boy.
That sounds about as bog standard sci-fi as you can get.
It kind of reminds me of...
I haven't read it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I kind of feel like okay. Robot apocalypse in the 1990s, no less.
Yeah, sounds like Terminator.
Wasteland, USA.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Teenage.
All right.
Hero.
But,
sounds like T2, but whatever.
I don't know how many movies the Warners have or the Warners and the Warner sister and the Russos have on this deal, but they're making use of all of them. So
they certainly are. So
they were interviewed recently and about when are you coming back to Marvel? Because that's all anybody wants to know.
Right.
And they're like, they were a little cagey about it, but they're like, we're not opposed to it.
Sure.
But it probably won't be in the 2020s. Maybe in the 2030s.
Okay. I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, how many films do they do for Marvel? And they take a long time to film, and they're probably pretty intense.
Yeah, when you do a 4-hour one. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I don't know how long The Gray Man took to turn around.
Right.
But I don't know. We can't force artists to do what we want them to do.
No, absolutely, absolutely not.
Unfortunately, unless we get the artist gun.
Oh my gosh!
But
sounds like a T-shirt gun.
But they want to do this
with something specific. I don't know.
And so I think it's cool that they're doing things that they want to do.
Yeah.
But why is what they want to do Netflix retreads of premises that we've seen and heard 1,000 times?
Well, they have a deal with Netflix, right?
Yeah.
So.
But what if they were making Netflix do
original stuff?
We want to do something really weird, Because obviously it's like Dan Harmon's baby, but a lot of Community is them. It's their production.
Yeah.
It's their direction.
Yeah.
It's probably I don't think they have writing credits, but they're suggestions of staging and ad libs and things like that.
No,
they're
absolutely.
funny guys.
Yeah.
So how come they're not making like funny, weird movies instead of just the robot holocaust was when I knew that I was a woman.
I think that's okay. I think that's a fair point because like the Gray Man was, yeah, it had Chris Evans in it, but it was pretty serious.
And Ryan Gosling.
So, I mean, I don't know. Like they maybe we should do a petition to the Russo brothers and be like, hey, do comedic stuff.
Funny.
Yeah.
Be more funny.
Be more funny. Be more light.
Do a Lego.
Yeah. Do like a funny sci-fi movie. I don't know. I mean, that'd be cool. You don't see a whole lot of those. So.
Easy to nail, too.
Well, fairly easy.
Ask Pluto Nash.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Something that's kind of funny and is kind of sci-fi and is definitely Marvel is WandaVision.
Yeah, that's true.
And there is a WandaVision spin-off series, Agatha, Coven of Chaos. And they have recently...
Not a great title.
Well, what are you going to do? And they have recently cast Aubrey Plaza to join the cast on that.
Yes, I saw that.
We don't know who she's playing.
Mm-hmm.
We also know that Emma Caulfield Ford, is reprising her role as Dottie.
Okay.
And Joe Locke from the recent kind of sleeper hit Heartstopper will also be on the show.
Yeah.
As well.
Heartstopper is really popular. I haven't gotten a chance to see it yet, but do you think Aubrey Plaza could be a young Agatha, or is she just going to be another witch? I think it could be either.
What are you saying about Catherine Hahn?
I'm not saying anything about Catherine Hahn. I think that Agatha has been alive for hundreds of years. So I think you could go far back enough.
Oh, like to caveman times or something?
I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. That, like, it would be an Aubrey Plaza age.
Yeah.
Or she could just be another witch. But I think she's going to be a witch.
Yeah. This is Han's baby, right?
Yeah.
Like she has been and is continuing to like go. Like she's doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so in as much as if we could only just get this Elizabeth Olsen out of here, we'd have something, right?
Yeah, right.
That's kind of what this feels like.
Yeah.
Also maybe a little cheaper than Elizabeth Olsen because Elizabeth Olsen's like more of a movie star.
Do you think she'll show up in a cameo though?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently they're doing a Vision series as well, right?
I heard that.
Wow.
Yeah.
How exciting.
I don't know how exciting that is. No offense to Paul Bettany, who I do think is a lovely person and I think does a great job at the Vision.
You don't know that he's lovely.
You're right. I don't.
You don't know that.
He's British, so I'm assuming because that British accent.
I've heard some stories about that guy.
Whoa, really?
Actually, yeah, but I'm not prepared to testify on this show.
Goodness.
So
okay.
I'm not going to say anything.
Oh no.
Don't worry about it though.
Okay.
I just find him a little flat, and his character's a little flat. Now, the chat here is saying that the JET network has better pitches than 90% of Hollywood. And I am going to prove that that's true, but this won't be my pitch necessarily. But I'm going to do something for you here. I'm going to give you a pitch for a Vision show, and I bet that they will take 17% of this and just chop it up for their weak ass, show they have to stretch to 8 episodes. But
right, at least 8 episodes.
There was a comic called Avengers AI.
Okay.
Written by Sam Humphries.
Sure.
Who is a very nice guy that we have interviewed on several occasions,
mm-hmm.
And has a lot of ideas. And Vision is the sort of Captain America, the leader of his own team of robots and cyborgs who all, make up this Avengers AI task force.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are, I can't remember what the actual threat is. Don't worry about it. And with the guidance of Hank Pym, they are fighting like cyber threats, right?
Okay.
So these are like robots, or they're jacking into like a virtual world and like doing battle in cyberspace. And it's Vision, it's Victor, who, long story short, is like a doom bot who gained sentience, and it's like a hot, robot dude.
Wow.
And some other people.
Does he have hair that he flips?
Well, he's got long hair. I just assumed that. This is space work. It's space work. And so they're taking on threats of a different nature. This isn't like purple space god. Oh, I got to fight him. This is like, oh no, the nanites. We have to jack in and find out what the thing is. And so
Okay,
it's
there's
like
something wrong with them.
the Matrix meets super strong robots.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, so you think they're going to do something like that?
They better. What else is it going to be? He's flying around punching things? It's like every Marvel thing is that.
At the end of WandaVision, doesn't he, like, what is it? Like, he turns into, like, he's Vision, but he's, like, all white, and he has, like, no... Yeah. This is what I remember. Yeah. And he has, like, he doesn't really remember what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to start like that,
yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah, okay. I mean... Because, like...
Man, I wish I could remember the other robots.
Okay, all right.
Victor is Latinx for some reason, so let's keep that.
Okay.
Yeah, a big white guy, a literal white guy is the main character. How do we change this?
Yeah, right.
How do we spice this up a little bit?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Now we'll find a way.
Yeah.
What we bring Ironheart in.
Okay. Well,
do you have any plans for that character other than just will also be in Black Panther?
I don't know. I think she's going to be in Black Panther, and I think she's going to be in the War Machine TV show.
Oh, right,
too.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know.
Looking forward to that. Here's something else that I'm looking forward to. They finally did. They did it. You bastards! They finally are going to do a Wonder Man series, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is going to play the lead. Simon Williams, the Wonder Man.
Okay. All right. Remind me about Wonder Man and who that character is. Do you feel like you have to do this every time we talk about Wonder Man? Yeah.
No, it's just going to be tough.
Okay.
I'm actually excited to see how they simplify his origin.
Okay, that's
fair. Basically,
fair.
he is a Tony Stark-like figure.
Oof.
Who...
That's hard already.
Well, actually kind of a lot. Like, anyway, the point is that he thinks that Tony Stark stole some of his designs or bought some of his company or something, and so he wants to... He has a brother, and they want to, like, get Tony Stark, but things kind of go wibbly wobbly, and he is infused with ionic energy.
Okay.
Actually, his entire body basically becomes ionic energy. So he is like super strong and like, invulnerable. And he's, for a while, like a lot of Avengers, eventual Avengers, he's an Avengers villain who later becomes part of the team.
Okay, sure.
And he has a long-standing relationship with Wanda. At one point, he dies, or at least they think he dies because his body's gone. And his brain patterns, or a recording of them, are used to create the Vision.
Oh, okay.
So the Vision is created by Ultron.
Right.
Right? And based on the brain of... So that's why Wanda sort of is attracted to the Vision, because he has like qualities
Wonder
that
Man.
Simon also has.
Okay.
Then the Vision and Wanda break up, and then she gets back together with like Simon for a while, I think. It all gets messy because 50 million people have written the Avengers.
Right.
But the other side of it is he's a movie star.
Okay.
So in their world...
That's complicated.
Well, so they somebody was talking about how they want to do a Dazzler thing. Dazzler wants to be a movie star but can't pull it off. But Simon Williams was like a movie star. So in the 90s, I think, he had a series where he was in Hollywood. And it was not quite like, can you believe this? Like She-Hulk level of fourth wall breaking.
Okay.
But it was kind of like a self-aware, funny thing. It's like, it's tough to be a superhero and a superstar at the same time.
Sure.
So for a long time, everybody was like, I got your guy. It's Nathan Fillion. I got your guy right here.
Right. I knew
and for
they
the
wanted
longest
him
time,
to be
James
Wonder
Gunn
Man.
wanted Wonder Man to be Nathan Fillion.
Yes.
Now, Nathan Fillion still looks great, still can do his whole thing, but he's maybe a little long in the teeth for a long-running franchise.
Yeah.
And with James Gunn taking the job across the street,
right.
I feel like almost immediately they're like, all right, the guy from The Matrix is Wonder Man now.
Yeah, right.
Which I'm totally happy about. I love that guy.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, well, good. I'm interested to see what they do with the character and how they introduce him to the Marvel Universe. So that should be interesting to see. And you said is that another TV show?
It's a TV show.
Okay.
Destin Daniel Cretton of Shang-Chi and Andrew Guest, who co-produced Hawkeye, will both be involved.
Okay.
And I think that'll be director and writer that way.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds interesting. You're not super
Except for
excited
those.
about that.
Except for those two.
Yeah. Okay.
And apparently, Travis Slattery will be making a return.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. It was funny in Shang-Chi, but, like, can we let this go now?
Yeah, the worst...
It does not need to be this long running of a joke. It's not that funny.
The worst thing is, like, when somebody writes something and they come up with something they think is funny, and then because it's not handed to somebody else, that guy just keeps doing it. He keeps bringing his funny joke back.
Right.
Whereas if somebody else came on, they could either go, that's not funny, and do another joke, or go, I see you're funny, and I will raise you something else.
Yeah.
But I feel like just Ben Kingsley's in a wig, everybody. Yeah. It's funny. Like, that's the whole joke. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that's very funny.
I don't think so either. Yeah. So I'm kind of ready for that one to go.
Off to Shala Ball. Tove Lo.
I can't remember what it's called. What's
the Magic City called?
I can't remember what it's called.
I know a lot of Magic City names.
Yeah.
I just can't remember that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So.
Well, let's move from Marvel and DC news to HBO news. I guess this is technically Warner Brothers news still.
I suppose
it was leaked and then officially announced that The Last of Us TV show would come out on January 15th of 2023.
Wow, that's actually really soon. That's sooner than I was expecting it to come out. Okay. All right. Well, that sounds good.
It was a leak. Like somebody posted something on social media or something like that, like a video.
The date? Or there's a video.
And the video had a date in it, and it wasn't supposed to. And then almost immediately HBO just said, it's coming out.
I mean,
it's
honestly,
so soon. Like, how is it a secret or a surprise?
Yeah, but it's like it's like better to just kind of own up to it than to like pretend like, oh, that's not the real date and then come out like a month later.
No, John Harrison is a totally different character.
Yeah, right.
This isn't Khan.
Right. Yeah. And then come out and say, oh, actually it is the real date.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
Have you seen anything about this show?
I know Pedro Pascal is one of the leads.
Yes.
And then
also other girl.
The girl who was in HBO?
Yeah, I don't
Game
know.
of Thrones?
Yeah.
Right?
I can't remember the actress's name.
I can't either.
I'll know it the next time we talk about it.
Yeah, but she plays the daughter. I mean, yeah. And like, yeah. And like...
You think David Cage is like, I've watched this one's career with great interest.
Oh my gosh, stop it. Let's not do that.
Okay.
I don't know much about it. I didn't play the game. I'm not a big video game player. Did you play the game?
Haven't heard about that.
Yeah, okay.
I did. Why do we do this to ourselves? All we do is just come out and say that we hate everything that everybody loves.
Okay, all right. I don't know.
That's our brand. I didn't like it. And I didn't like it because
the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the story. Like I essentially know what happens in like both games, and I think I like the story, and that's why I'm excited about watching the show.
TV show. Yeah.
But like the gameplay was just like it's a little too like I've played a lot of Resident Evil. I like that kind of third person action stuff. But just like avoiding the clickers, and it wasn't really that much. I didn't like it that much. And then it would go from very tense, very difficult gameplay things to like long scenes of stuff that's like nominally like it's interesting, but it's like I felt like it broke up the action, and so I was just like, you know what? No bets. Taking my bet off this one.
Yeah.
Then it turns around and becomes the most giant franchise in gaming ever.
Yeah, it's pretty
they just remade the first game.
Right.
So I screwed that up. Don't listen to my stock tips, I guess. But I've lived a fairly full life, not really playing any of those games. But I'm excited about the show. The other thing I'd say, and I hope that this is just a trailer thing, it looks a little cheap. I know they spent a lot of money on this.
Okay.
But it looks a little TV-ish.
Like
a little
you can
Walking
tell
Dead-ish.
it's TV.
Yeah. I was hoping for a little more money on the screen.
Higher production.
Yeah. Because like AMC, made The Walking Dead, and they didn't have a ton of money, and so, sometimes it looks like that, but they're fine with that.
Yeah.
This is HBO, and they spent a lot of money on this.
Yeah, right. So it should look like they spent a lot of money on it. Yeah. I'll have to watch the trailer again because I don't really remember my thoughts from the trailer. So, but I'm looking forward to seeing it, and hopefully it'll be really good. I love Pedro Pascal, so I'm excited that he's in it. I think he is a really great actor and brings a ton to the roles that he plays.
He's got a full dance card too, because as we're pointing out in the chat, Mandalorian season 3 should be out about then too. I think that comes out in February, the 22nd of February. So.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So stocks rising, and then Wonder Woman 3. The sky's the limit.
Oh my gosh. I don't think his character's going to show back up in Wonder Woman.
No, I don't think he's coming back.
No. I was sorry. Wonder Woman 2 was a disappointment.
Well,
speaking of things we don't really like.
You can
anyways.
JustEnoughTrope.com.
Yep.
Find it in the archives.
Yep. Right.
You don't need to hear us talk about that.
We've got a review. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How about one more story before we go?
Yeah.
This is an interesting one. Check this out. You like Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
Well, there's a prequel series.
Why?
Called Crystal Lake.
Okay.
Coming to Peacock. None of this information has been good, but maybe this will help you out. Brian Fuller is in charge of it.
I took a big sigh there because...
Oh, no.
Here's the thing. I really like Brian Fuller, but it seems like he can be difficult to work with because...
No.
Yeah.
Brian Fuller?
Because he walks away from just about everything he seems to start and is not happy with it.
That's because he has a creative vision.
Well, I believe that is true.
And that vision is like, oh, this blood is raspberry sauce. Oh, this...
I don't know, man.
He made a violin out of this guy's throat.
Okay. All right. Hannibal kind of went off the rails a little bit at one point.
What was it that I read a thing that said that he was inspired by blank for Hannibal, and it was ...
Gosh, I have no idea.
Something visually sumptuous, where you're looking at a thing and you're like, oh, that kind of seems like but it was something else. It was a movie.
Yeah.
Something.
I have no idea.
What a great exchange this is.
I don't know.
You get this every Sunday night.
I'm sorry. I have no idea.
No, it's not your fault. Neither of us know what the hell we're talking about. It was something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, you don't think he could do horror?
No, I believe 110% he can do horror. He's a very creative person. I think he can do whatever he sets his mind to.
What horror has he done? Remind me.
Hannibal's kind of horrific.
Kind of.
I would kind of count that up there. I mean, it's definitely body horror type stuff. So that's, I mean, honestly, that's probably...
Is Dead Like Me horror?
No, it's more like weird, creepy comedy.
Yeah.
It's goofy. Yeah, right. So I don't know what else he's done that's like horror, but I believe he can do it. I guess my concern is,
how much of American Gods is his?
Great question, because I feel like he left really early on.
Yes.
I think everything after the first season is not him. I don't know when he departed in the first season.
Yeah.
But so I guess that's where I'm coming from. That's my concern. He's going to start this out. It's going to be really interesting and creative and great to start with, and then it's just
great
going to go.
episodes of Crystal Lake.
Yeah,
and
right.
Then yeah.
Exactly.
What is, so is it his, like, Jason's mom is like a young slutty camp counselor and she's gonna ...
I'm probably
What's
something
it even about?
like that. I mean, I don't know. Is it going to be like Jason as a little kid or something like that?
Well, Jason is a little kid.
Yeah.
For a little while.
For a little while.
Brian Fuller, he quits on it.
Yeah.
I don't know whether there's anything to do with it. It's safer than the Friday the 13th prequel, which is just a guy in a striped sweater molesting kids, right?
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
And then somewhere in an iron works, they're like, oh, this is going to be a great boiler for a school basement.
Right.
Careful of that pipe. You could burn your arm on it. Although that might come in handy. in the right situation.
Right.
It's just a bunch of like separate knives, all like, I wonder if I've got like a destiny. If I ever met some other knives and we were attached to a glove somewhere.
These knives are talking to each other.
Come together. It's a world of nightmares and horrors. Knives can talk in this world.
Oh my gosh, that's terrifying.
Prequels,
wow.
man. Prequels. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know that
we should do a prequel to the news. We talk about how everything's normal, nothing's happening.
I mean, I don't feel like we really need prequels, but like I think was it Honest Trailers or something like that? Something like pointed out recently how there's like a ton of TV shows that are like prequels right now.
Yeah.
The House of Dragon, Andor.
Yeah, but that's not.
What else?
Yeah, we're already like 5 years in the rearview mirror of a Psycho prequel show that went 5 seasons.
Yeah, I know.
Why do we need that?
We don't.
Why do we need Gotham?
We don't need Gotham.
Yeah, people like it.
Yeah, I know. People like all of these things.
Well, if people like it, then who can say that it shouldn't exist? I will.
No. It'll be me. Yeah, no. I will say. Yeah.
Like what you like, it doesn't matter.
Well, right.
Just don't get too attached to anything on the WB because it's probably not going to be around very long. I think unless you have anything to add, that's pretty much it for this week's edition of the Just Enough Trope News Show.
I don't think I have anything else to add at this point. I mean prequels. Who needs them?
That's our takeaway.
Yeah, right.
Prequels. Yeah. We'll be back next week, next Sunday specifically, to bring you more news. We'll be going live at 6 p.m. Central, we promise. This is just one of the programs that we have available to stream on our Twitch channel. It's at twitch.tv/JustEnoughTrope. But you know that. But I don't know if you're subscribed. So if you're not, we'd appreciate it if you do that. Also, every weekday, I stream video games. Hey, at 12 p.m. Central, called the Laser Lunch Hour. Video games from all genres, and we take suggestions as well as to what we stream. Also, we appear intermittently at other times and days, so be sure to subscribe so you can catch us when we're online. Also, if you go to our schedule page, on the about part of the boring part of Twitch, it shows our schedule and when we come back. Also in that boring part is a link to our Discord. If you're not on the Discord, you ought to be on the Discord.
That's right.
That's where we talk about fun stuff and good times and nerdy things and all the things that we're talking about tonight. So join us and come chat with us and follow us on your listening platform of choice. If you would, it really does help us out when you subscribe to the show on your listening platform. Give us a rating and a review. Helps us out immeasurably, actually very measurably, just as much as we can see how much it does. That is it for us here at the Just Enough Trope News Network, and we will see you next week. And we're signing off. I'm your host, Caliban.
I'm your co-host, Mikan Hana.
Keep the geek fires burning.